trades and other pathways, pre-K programs, before or after school programs, and any other thoughts you have to improve student success. We'll take them in order. Trades and other pathways need to be encouraged more than they are. We act as if every student in Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools is going to go to a four-year university, and that's not the case. We need to encourage students whose interests lie in the trades or the arts to pursue those. And we need to give them the support that they need to pursue those. We have an awful lot of students entering our schools, sadly. I have spoken to kindergarten teachers who tell me that they have students who have never had an adult sit down and read a book to them in their life. There is absolutely no way those kindergartners are going to be reading, as is the state standard, by November of kindergarten year. If they don't know their letters, they don't know any words, sight words. So pre-K is important to get those kids at least started. Before and after school programs enable parents to go to work and not worry about their kids from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening. For many parents, that's vitally important. We need to make sure that the quality of those programs and the services they offer support our students in their schoolwork. In my opinion, the program that I worked for did not put enough emphasis on supporting the students in their academics from the day. We did our own thing. We had engaging activities, science, languages, lots of other stuff. That's an add-on. What those students really needed was help with homework, and not doing it for them, but tutoring. The main way, as I've said, to improve student success is to get the behavior under control. We absolutely have to do that. And we also absolutely have to get highly qualified professionals in the classrooms, give them the support they need, both financially and human resources support, and give them the autonomy they need to do their job. We're hiring professionals with a college degree. They need to be valued. They need to be supported. If we give them everything they need to do their job and take off all the stuff that isn't teaching and hire the support staff to do that, it would go a long way toward improving our student outcomes. And I will add this that's not part of the question, but it's something that's come to my mind of late. There are an awful lot of services that our school system provides that I believe should be provided on the county budget by the county. As an example, our school nurses, there was the whole thing about the $5 million that we owed the county because we didn't pay them for the nurses and the SROs. And so they took that back under their own budget. They used to budget it, give the money to Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools, and Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools would turn around and give it back to them. That's crazy. I'm not so sure that the school system needs to be the one that's responsible for psychologists, social workers, all of the things that support students. It makes sense that those services are provided at the school because that's where students are. But should those professionals be school employees or should they be county employees on the county's budget? That's not to take away their value. It's just that we spend an awful lot of money on stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with academic education. It has to do with the quality of life of the students. There's no question about that. But again, I refer back to the 50 years ago when I was in school. There were not all of the supports that there are now. A lot of them weren't needed in the schools that I attended. Now, that's not to say that they weren't needed in other areas. But those sorts of services were provided by the county or the state or the federal government. We need to think about how we do our budgeting. We spend an awful lot of money for an awful lot of professional support that isn't directly education. It's more like mental health services, family services. And again, it makes sense for those services to be provided at the school because that's where the students are. But should it be on the school budget? I'm not so sure. Please support Alan Daniel, Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools Board of Education, District 2. Thank you.